Hey guys, what is up? Today I want to do another recording of VainGlory, and I'm playing Skaarf in this game right now. And I want to play him again because I didn't really cover him too much other than that small little video that I released a few days ago. And I haven't been playing for a little while, mainly because I've been super busy. If any of you guys go to school, it was my final session in college, and that could be really stressful, but mostly just take up a ton of time studying. So I didn't really have time for to play any games then. But I'm back now, and I'm planning on uploading a bunch more videos over the break. So here I'm playing Skaarf, and you'll see I'm going against, I believe, a Catherine in the middle lane. And Skaarf is really powerful, especially if you build them right and do everything correctly. So you can see I hit her with a fireball, and what you're going to want to keep on doing is proccing your passive by auto-attacking her, because the fire will get stronger and stronger, and before they realize they need to retreat, they'll already be dead. So you can see I got the first blood right there, and it was basically like 30 seconds or a minute into the game, which will allow me to build up to way better items that allow me to do that over and over again. So, and you can see in this game I'm going in the mid lane, and then we have the other two people jungling. Now Skaarf, I believe you can play him in the jungle if you do it really well, because he just does he has so much damage output that it works okay. But he is primarily a mid laner, so you could, or a laner. So you see that I'm just farming in the middle, and then I'm just gonna take this kill, and I kind of stole it from her, but the other person might have gotten away. And then lastly we have this person right here, and I'm gonna get that kill, I think. And yeah, so starting off 3-0 will allow me to build a bunch of items. They're gonna obviously want to build crystal power on Skaarf because all of his attacks scale with that. And let's see if we can get this person over here, or just, I think my aggroing or whatever kept me attacking the minions right there. Anyways, some people ask me how I record my videos and get such great results. Now you can see everything I'm using now is actually 60 frames per second, which is probably one thing that makes it look a lot better, and YouTube just implemented that, I believe, a few weeks ago, so anyone can upload content at 60 frames. Now a lot of editing software, if you don't edit the output manually, you'll be getting 30 frames out, so you might want to check your exports and make sure that it's 60 frames on that. I use Final Cut Pro for the Mac, and I find recording for the iPhone and stuff a lot easier on the Mac, because on OS X Yosemite you can open QuickTime, and inside QuickTime there's an option for new recording, and you can actually record from a device that's plugged into your computer. So if you have something plugged in via lightning via the lightning connector, then you can choose an input of the screen, which is then displayed on your computer in really good quality, and it'll allow you to record it, and then that'll instantly go to a video file that's really high quality. So I believe this is not even the highest quality settings, but it seems perfect enough for YouTube. So that's just sort of a tip. I was thinking of making a video on it, but I didn't know if people would want it as a completely separate video, because not a lot of people end up actually recording or anything like that. So here you can see we're going to try going for this Catherine, and I believe they have two people. Now I put down the goo a little early, and now won't allow me to do my fireball through it, which won't maximize my damage. But you'll see even so they're both pretty low health, and I'll be able to fireball her, and the auto attack will continue the passive, which will lead to their death. Now we're going to kill this person, I believe, but we're being attacked, and I believe this is where I died the first time. I end up getting to, I think, 24 kills, so a lot of kills. Once you start racking them up on people like Skaarf, they just keep on coming in because of all the ability power and stuff, or crystal power that you get. So I recommend getting boots in this game on every single character, because like I said before, just the boots are the little burst you get from clicking the icon every few minutes or whatnot, is super powerful, because it's like a gap closer, and it will allow you to go get out of so many situations or kill people in so many situations. And you can see their team is really greedy for a mini mine. I don't know why they always die for it, but we end up getting it right back, so it's not really helping them that much. But anyways, what I was talking about is for the items. So I get the boots because they're extremely useful. You can use them like every minute, and they only cost 300 gold. And then you always should stock up on pots, because pots are only 25 gold, so that's like 1 minion kill. But you can pop them in fight, and that'll help you help keep your health up and for you not to die. They activate really fast, given that pretty much the DPS that the person attacking you with will usually sort of negate it, so you'll stay around the same level of health, but you'll be attacking them and killing them. So it's pretty much a must need for all fights, and then it's so much easier than backing and walking out, because you'd be missing a few minions doing that. So if you just keep the pot, then you can continuously sustain on that, and that will help you get more gold overall, win more fights, which will get you kills, keep them dead longer. So many benefits. So I always try to keep at least 2 or 3 every time I go out of base. So just be wandering around the map, probably picking up a few more kills, given that I already do a ton of damage. Now, Skaarf's ult you have to use kind of carefully. I believe I'm going to be getting that soon, so you might see that coming up. But it really takes a lot of charge up, and you can't use any actives like your boots, so you'll be going pretty slow when you use it. So I would make sure to only use it in team fights where you can hit with multiple people, because it's really only effective in that situation, even if you have a ton of crystal power. And you can see for clearing a wave of minions, you could just use your goop trap or whatever, and then put a fireball on it, and they'll clear out way faster than just shooting them with fireballs. So you can see here I use my ult. There's 2 people, so it's not that bad of an ult, but you can see I don't even hit too much of it. Now just fireball that last person, and then you'll see the passive working and getting the kill. Now I put the goo down, but I didn't have a fireball to ignite it. I thought he might have been on fire, and that could have been a mistake. I don't think I get this kill because he just hops over the wall and backs out like a coward. So 8-1 right now, pretty much on the little rampage. You can see here I pick a fight and just keep the burn on, and you'll just get the kills. So you can see she almost got me, but with the goo on fire, even if she would have ulted, I believe she would have died before it actually went off. And I don't think he was even up. So buying more pots. I don't think I actually upgrade my boots in this video, but I probably recommend you do that. I like to build the Frostburn first to slow people, because when they're slowed you can continuously hit them with fireballs. And then I like to build cooldown acceleration, so you can fireball over and over again to keep the burn on and consistent spikes of damage. And then you just need crystal power. You could also build health if you want to make sure you don't die, but that's not as fun. So here we'll be going in, and yeah, I believe she left. So, or wait, right there. But I just used my spell, so I'm not going to be able to get the kill. But you can see the burn does a ton of damage, especially if you hit them with a few auto attacks, because it increases the burn, and it continues it. So you can see she like leaped over that fireball, so that was kind of lucky of her. But everything's going pretty well, given that we consistently have 1 minion mine, and we could probably end this game a lot faster if I wasn't trying to just get kills for the fun of it and sort of farm kills. But you can see these people are going at me now just to do a QW combo, or this first 2 spell combo. All the minions are going to burn. I'll just use the ult to farm all these minions, because it ends up being like 200 gold. And then these people want to fight me under turret, which is kind of dumb, because I use my speed up, and you see I use a pot here, which is probably why I survived for so long. And then they both end up dying trying to kill me, so it's probably overall great, but it ends up hurting my KDA a little bit, but that's fine. So you can see I'm starting to build, and I think I did, yeah, I built the Frostburn here. Now I have 200 left, so just buy some more pots, because I used 2 of them last time. So they're always helpful, and they're so cheap in this game, and they give you both back your mana and your health, and they're just, for both of those, they're definitely worth it. And they give you a lot. They give you like half your health back, especially even at like level 8 or whatnot. The equivalent of that to any other in any other MOBA, or at least League, would be like, it's just a way better deal. You get way more for the ratio of gold or currency that you spend on it. So here you'll see I put a goo trap down, but it doesn't get on fire on time, and but this person wants to take the turret so bad that she's gonna die for it anyways. And not sure what the enemy team is doing. They're getting really greedy and paying for it. And you can see with the frostburn, it just continuously slows her over and over again, and then eventually she's just gonna die from my burn or saw chaosing me. So yeah, this game was pretty simple. Like the enemy team, and you get this a lot in this game because it's not too coordinated, but they just end up doing same silly things over and over again. And you can see this is why I think Skaarf could be a decent jungler, because I can clear out that minion mine pretty much without taking any damage, and especially if you get a bunch of pots, you can continuously use those combined with the little healing buff minions to sustain in the jungle. So you'll just see I'll be clearing up a few more camps, and also you'll notice the money mine in the middle of the map is consistently ours, so we're just getting more and more ahead of the enemy team as the time goes by. And I guess this game, they're just trying really hard to push these little objectives, which is definitely not winning it for them. I mean, I don't really blame them too much because we're already so much ahead that it doesn't even matter what they do at this point. Anyways, I'll just be ulting this one person just for fun. You can see actually two show up. I didn't see the other person, but either way, this Catherine, I feel bad for her because she just dies over and over again to me, just autoing her to death. And then I try to look for the second person, but I believe she went around the other way, or just went back to her base. Or you could recall. In this game, recalling is insanely fast, so that's always something that could have happened. So I'll just be clearing out the jungle and recalling myself. And I'm gonna want to buy, I believe at this time I have enough, always buy more pots, but to buy the shatter glass just to provide just straight out more damage output based on all my abilities. So now we'll just be walking back to the fight. So as you can see, everyone's score here, I have substantially more kills than everyone on my team. Some of those because of kill steals, but you'll see they're going for the mine now that we were protected all that time. And I believe we just got the payout right before they got it, so it doesn't really matter for them. But you'll see I have my teammate tanking while I'm just doing massive damage. And you can see just the goo trap fire dealt so much to them that it couldn't do much. And now that they got the mine, we'll just be getting it right back, so they're gonna get pretty much nothing for that. Just I think maybe a little bit for the initial kill, but we'll get that also, so it'll cancel out either way. And we'll be getting their mine again, just fireballing that, and it does crazy amount of damage now that I have 14 kills. And we're just gonna sort of wait in this bush and hope that they come. But instead of going for that mine, they seem to just want to push way beyond what they need to. And that person dies before my fireball even gets to her. The goo will just slow here. I didn't activate it with anything else. But I end up getting a lot of the kills when all three of us are fighting, which is kind of weird because if I don't time a fireball for the kill, I feel like my auto attacks don't do very much, and the other people using large attacks, it's just a lot easier for them to get it. Anyways, this person yet again is going for a mini mine, and I'm gonna go deal with that. Definitely not today. The ult, it does a lot, but it's easy to dodge, and then my whole team will back me up. I think maybe 1v1 I would have lost this. Either this person is fed, Jewel is fed, or I just don't do as much damage 1v1. Anyways, now I have 2,000, so I'll be buying a clockwork. Now clockwork helps with cooldown acceleration by like 50%, I believe, and that's really good because it allows me to output a fireball so much more. And as I've been saying this whole video, that allows me to continue the fire on the enemy, the burn on the enemy, and if you just wait for that to kill them, it usually will, especially if they're not in range of killing you. And I haven't really used the boots for a long time, but that's always a good thing, mainly because I got the thing that slows them. But you see the goo trap is burning like crazy, and deja vu, I kill this person as she runs away. She's probably I was gonna say hitting her keyboard really hard, and mad about that, and I lag right there, so I might die. But there are no keyboards, so I mean tapping on her iPad violently. Actually I got that kill. I believe the fireball was luck. One thing you can do, however, in this game is if someone's burning, you can see the numbers sort of coming off them even when they're in bushes or whatnot, which should be a glitch. I've never experienced that in any other game, but you could always use that to aim fireballs around where the numbers are, where you predict they're going to be based on that, and that will give you an edge in this game and help you get some more kills. So just sort of farming out kills now. We could be getting the Kraken soon, but I think we wait off a little bit for that because we just want to get some more kills. And right now, at like 18 or so kills, Skaarf just becomes completely unbeatable with his fireball. So you could just see burn them really quickly, half health, and then my teammate finishes that off. Now I just got scout traps kind of for fun. They're pretty powerful, given that they cost so little and they do so much damage. I feel like that's the same with a lot of these items here. And you'll see the Catherine yet again getting caught out, and you'll see the goo trap and the burn is just way too much for her. I'm at 19 now, which is just a brutal destruction of this team, which aren't really coordinated at all, and I don't really blame them. I believe that the people making VainGlory said that they're going to be coming out with chat, but it didn't initially come in this game because they were afraid of people being too toxic. And I can't say that being toxic hasn't ruined League enough. It just has so much of an impact on League. If you try to play that game, you get to toxic people. They will literally be, all they'll be doing is like typing up an essay of how terrible their teammates are and not actually playing the game. So in that regards, it's nice not to have that, but it also really hurts communication in this game, especially because the meta is so vague, and you really need cooperation when it comes to like securing objectives in this game. And you see, I'm about to let the saw die, but then I'll take the aggro for him and let him live just this one time. And now there's sort of a weird glitch where that guy keeps on getting his health, but he wasn't coming for me. But now that I got his buff, I'll be getting all my crystal power, crystal mana, whatever it's called, back. And you see this person ults, but the goo trap just shreds her while she's ulting, and pretty much does more damage. And you see I'll pop a pod again. You always keep those throughout the game, because they do a lot even in the end game. They scale really well, or they consistently, you can see the difference, like the health differential between the end and the near game, and the end of the game and the beginning of the game isn't too much, so they're always pretty much useful. Even now, this is like 20 minutes into the game, which is like already the time of an average game, and we probably could have won, or could be pushing down their base right now if we had gotten the Kraken earlier. But anyways, I'm at 20 kills right now. I believe I get a few more in this game, but we'll just have to wait and see, or I'll probably be in the title, so you probably know, but I'm not for certain. And right now you see that the burn does a ton of damage, and I'll just be loading up this ult, and it silences myself when I do that, and I didn't actually hit anyone, so it wasn't too good. But here's the enemy, and they're just trying to do whatever they can to like push to win, but they don't have the minion mines now. Trying to get the minion mines, immediately dying, and all sorts of things. So we'll just be pushing down this mid lane, getting the minions to even. I'll be going for the mine since they actually got there, so it's 1-to-1, so it's not going to push that hard. And then you can see Catherine's here, and I already used my first and second spell, and then I whiffed that fireball, so I'll just be waiting on my teammate to get that kill, because everything went wrong for me right there. And then that's my third death, so I believe that's my last. That was kind of silly. I missed everything, and I tried to go for the mine when I had no idea that that person was over there. The Kraken is still up, and in a normal game, especially if it's closer than this and you're not destroying the enemy, you should probably go for the Kraken, or at least bait it, pretend to be going for it, and then the enemy will come at you in the bush and whatnot, and then you can just jump them, kill them all, and then go take the Kraken. And the Kraken, especially when they're all dead, is pretty much game over, because it can push at least like 1 or 2 turrets, and way more if you're pushing with it properly. So they're trying to get a little bit damage on our turret. There's no real point in trying to, like, it's gonna take them a year at this rate of them pushing. And you see, I'll pop my ult, which will get the kill. And she tried to ult me there, but it just wasn't in time. And at 22 kills and all the items I have, I believe I bought the shock, I don't remember, aftershock item. That works really well on him too, and that just increases my damage even more. To the point where if I have like a fire glue trap and my ultimate, it'll like shred people and like their whole team in like a second. So here you can see Catherine. She ults backwards, probably because she's tired and sick of me fireballing her to death this whole game. This whole game's been that same thing happening over and over again, and I feel kind of bad. Because the slow and whatnot that I give people can be super annoying to deal with. Now I'll be just pushing down this turret. I believe you can use spells on turrets, so if you want to push them down even further, you just do that over and over, and that's not usually seen in games, so just in case you didn't know about that. And then all the damage will just be continuously starting the passive, and she died so fast I didn't anticipate it. Now just be wandering on and on. Death timers are a little bit higher, so their enemy team is staying dead for a decent portion of this game. And we have this minion mine, and I believe ours. Now we're just pinging. Now my team is just pinging the Kraken, because we're like, we'll get this now and probably end the game. So I'll just get the buff from here, and then we'll capture the Kraken. So this will pretty much secure the game. They probably figure this out as soon as they realize we're going for it, or maybe they just decide to quit anyways. But as soon as we get the Kraken, you can see a scout trap does a bunch of damage to me. I believe really recently they end up forfeiting, but you'll see. You'll see the slow I apply every time I fireball, which just ends up doing crazy amounts. And I don't believe we got the kill there. I didn't want to die to the turret and worsen my KDA anymore. But you'll see in the bottom right, the enemy has surrendered. So I mean, it's pretty obvious we're gonna win. But as you can see, you can play Skaarf. I made a decent amount of mistakes, and I still won 24-3. So playing him is pretty forgiving, and if you constantly keep your passive, it pretty much shreds anyone. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to get Skaarf for free, make sure to click on the annotation in the top right, and I'll see you guys later.